20 most inaccessible and isolated places on Earth. Welcome to the most amazing channel. Some places on Earth are so remote, so inaccessible, that they remain untouched and shrouded in mystery. They're not just locations, they're marvels of nature that challenge our understanding of the world. In today's video, we're counting down 20 of the most inaccessible and isolated places on the planet. Each of these spots has a unique story of extreme environments, breathtaking beauty, or the challenges they pose to explorers. Which one would you love to see, even if only from a distance? Stick around to discover these incredible destinations and share your favorite in the comments below. Number 20. Tristan da Cunha. Let's kick off our list with Tristan da Cunha, a tiny volcanic island in the middle of the South Atlantic Ocean. This is officially one of the most remote inhabited islands on Earth. How remote, you ask? Well, it's 1,500 miles from its closest neighbor, St. Helena, and over 2,400 miles from South Africa. And forget airports. Getting there means a week-long boat journey across the open ocean. What's incredible is that about 250 people call this isolated paradise home. They live simple, tight-knit lives, rarely interacting with the outside world. With its rugged volcanic landscapes and unique wildlife, Tristan da Cunha is like stepping into a world completely untouched by modern life. Would you dare to visit? Number 19. McMurdo Station, Antarctica. Next up is McMurdo Station, located in the heart of Antarctica, the southernmost continent. As the largest research station on the continent, it's a hub for scientific exploration, but don't expect easy access. The harsh climate, with temperatures dipping as low as -40 degrees Celsius in the winter, makes this place incredibly isolated. Getting there isn't simple. Flights are only available during the summer months from New Zealand or Chile, and ice conditions can often delay travel. What's fascinating is that despite its importance, McMurdo Station remains empty for most of the year, with only a small number of researchers braving the extreme conditions. Would you be up for a scientific adventure in one of the most isolated places on Earth? Number 18. North Sentinel Island, India. Next up is North Sentinel Island, part of the Andaman Islands, which is home to the indigenous and uncontacted Sentinelese tribe. The tribe has maintained a strict policy of no contact with outsiders, choosing to live in isolation. Access to the island is strictly prohibited, with the Indian government enforcing a 5-kilometer exclusion zone around it to protect both the tribe and potential visitors. The Sentinelese are considered one of the last uncontacted peoples on Earth, and attempts to interact with them have ended in violence. Their resistance to contact has made North Sentinel Island one of the most mysterious and protected places on Earth. Number 17. Oymyakon, Russia. At number 17, we have Oymyakon, known as the coldest inhabited place on Earth. Located in Siberia, Russia, this remote village experiences winter temperatures that can plummet below -50 degrees Celsius. Getting to Oymyakon is no easy task. It's far from major Russian cities, with only a sparse road network that becomes nearly impassable in the harsh winter months. Despite these extreme conditions, a small population calls this frigid village home year-round. The residents have adapted to the severe cold, with specialized clothing and techniques to survive in one of the harshest climates on Earth. Oymyakon's extreme isolation and brutal winters make it a place like no other. Number 16. The Darvaza Gas Crater, Turkmenistan. Next on our list is the Darvaza Gas Crater, also known as the Door to Hell. This fiery pit has been burning continuously for decades after a Soviet drilling rig accidentally collapsed into a cavern of natural gas in 1971. Located deep in the Karakum Desert, the crater is extremely difficult to access. With limited infrastructure around it, the intense heat and flames make it a captivating yet dangerous sight. Despite its isolation, the Darvaza gas crater has become a popular, though remote, tourist attraction, drawing adventurers who are willing to venture into the desert to witness this natural wonder. Its haunting glow in the night sky adds to the mystique of this fiery landscape. Number 15. Mount Roraima, Venezuela. At number 15, we have Mount Roraima, a stunning flat-top mountain situated at the borders of Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana. Its isolated location and unique ecosystem make it one of the most fascinating natural wonders on Earth. Reaching Mount Roraima is no easy feat. Visitors must embark on a multi-day trek through dense jungle, navigating rugged terrain, or opt for a helicopter ride to the summit. The mountain's dramatic landscape, with its sheer cliffs and mysterious plateaus, has been the inspiration for many explorers. Notably, it's believed to have inspired Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's novel, The Lost World. With its otherworldly beauty, Mount Roraima remains an elusive and awe-inspiring destination. Number 14. The Kerguelen Islands, France. Next on the list are the Kerguelen Islands, also known as the Desolation Islands. Located in the southern Indian Ocean, these islands are one of the most isolated places on Earth, surrounded by cold waters and rough weather. The islands can only be reached by ship, and the journey from mainland France can take up to 2 weeks. Because of their isolation, the islands are mostly uninhabited. However, they are used for scientific research and military purposes. Only a small number of people live on the islands at a time. Despite the tough conditions, scientists go there to study the environment and wildlife. The Kerguelen Islands remain one of the most remote and untouched places in the world. Number 13. The Atacama Desert, Chile. Next up is the Atacama Desert in northern Chile, known as the driest place on Earth. This extreme and barren landscape stretches across vast areas, making it an unforgiving environment. While parts of the desert are reachable, most of its vast terrain is difficult to navigate due to the lack of roads and harsh conditions. The desert is so dry that some weather stations in the region haven't recorded any rain for over 400 years. This makes it one of the most desolate and inhospitable places on Earth. Despite its harshness, the Atacama is home to unique wildlife and has been used for scientific research, especially in studying life in extreme environments. Number 12. Pitcairn Islands, British Overseas Territory. The Pitcairn Islands, located in the South Pacific, are a group of 4 volcanic islands, but only one, Pitcairn Island, is inhabited. Reaching these islands is no easy feat. The only way to get there is by a small boat from New Zealand, and the journey is long and challenging. With a population of fewer than 100 people, Pitcairn is one of the most isolated communities in the world. Most of the inhabitants are descendants of the mutineers from the famous British merchant ship Bounty. The islands are known for their peaceful atmosphere and natural beauty, but their isolation makes them difficult to access and keep connected with the outside world. Number 11. The Amazon Rainforest, Brazil. At number 11 is the Amazon Rainforest, the world's largest rainforest, which spans 9 countries in South America. This dense, lush forest is home to a staggering amount of biodiversity, with countless species of plants, animals, and insects. While large sections of the rainforest are accessible, many parts remain unexplored due to their remoteness and difficulty to navigate. Most of the region can only be accessed by boat or on foot, as the dense vegetation and lack of roads make travel challenging. Despite its importance to the world, much of the Amazon remains untouched and difficult to reach. The rainforest is also home to indigenous tribes who still live in isolation and play a vital role in maintaining the balance of our planet's ecosystem. Number 10. Easter Island, Chile. Easter Island, or Rapa Nui, is a remote volcanic island located in the southeastern Pacific Ocean. It's famous worldwide for its mysterious moai statues, which have been a symbol of the island's ancient culture. At about 2,000 miles from the nearest continental land, reaching Easter Island requires long flights from Chile. Once there, the island offers a quiet and isolated experience, making it one of the most remote inhabited places on Earth. Despite its fame and UNESCO World Heritage status, Easter Island is still very difficult to access. The island's unique history and statues attract tourists, but it remains sparsely populated, adding to its sense of isolation. Number 9. Mount Everest, Nepal, Tibet. At number 9, we have Mount Everest, the highest mountain on Earth, towering at 8,848 meters. Climbing Everest is a challenge that draws adventurers from all over the world. While trekkers can make their way to Everest's base camp, the summit itself is extremely difficult to access and requires specialized permits, equipment, and a high level of expertise. The harsh conditions at high altitudes, along with the risk of altitude sickness, make it a dangerous endeavor. In fact, over 200 climbers have died attempting to reach the top. Everest is not just a mountain, it's a symbol of human endurance, yet it's one of the most difficult places on Earth to conquer due to its extreme height and conditions. Number 8. Svalbard, Norway. Svalbard, an Arctic archipelago, lies halfway between Norway and the North Pole, making it one of the most remote and extreme places on Earth. Known for its polar bears, glaciers, and stunning natural beauty, it's also one of the northernmost inhabited areas in the world. Though there is a small population, much of Svalbard remains inaccessible due to its harsh Arctic conditions, lack of infrastructure, and remoteness. The environment is so extreme that most of the archipelago is uninhabitable. Despite this, Svalbard is home to a unique facility, the Global Seed Vault, designed to protect agricultural biodiversity in case of global disasters. Svalbard's isolation and extreme environment make it one of the most unique and inaccessible places on the planet. Number 7. The Barren Islands, India. The Barren Islands, located in the Bay of Bengal, are part of the Andaman Islands. These volcanic islands are largely uninhabited, adding to their mystique and isolation. Getting to the Barren Islands is no easy feat. A long boat ride is required, and visitors need special permission from the Indian government to land. The island's remote location makes them a unique destination, away from the hustle and bustle of the more popular Andaman Islands. One of the most interesting features of the Barren Islands is that they are home to one of the few active volcanoes in India. The sight of smoke rising from the volcanic crater adds to the island's eerie and untouched nature, making them an exceptional yet difficult to reach spot on Earth. Number 6. Socotra, Yemen. Socotra, an island in Yemen, is famous for its alien-like landscapes and unique flora and fauna. Many of the species found here are not found anywhere else on Earth, giving Socotra an otherworldly appearance. Due to political instability in Yemen, accessing Socotra is not easy. Flights are limited, and the only way to get there is by flying from mainland Yemen. The island's remote location and restricted access make it a rare and fascinating destination for those willing to make the journey. Socotra has even been compared to the most alien place on Earth because of its bizarre, surreal landscapes. From the dragon blood trees to the limestone caves, it's a place that looks like it's straight out of a science fiction movie. If you're looking for a truly unique place on Earth, Socotra is hard to beat. Number 5. Greenland. Greenland, the world's largest island, is known for its extreme cold and sparse population. With much of its land covered by ice, it's a place where only the toughest can survive. Due to its remote locations, Greenland is not easy to get to. Most areas are accessible only by small aircraft or boat, making travel to the island a challenge. The limited transportation options contribute to its isolation, but also enhance the island's sense of adventure and mystery. Interestingly, over 80% of Greenland's surface is covered by ice, creating a striking contrast between its frozen landscape and the small human population that inhabits its coastal regions. This vast, icy wilderness is not just a place of extreme conditions, but also an area of immense natural beauty and solitude. Number 4. The Mariana Trench, Pacific Ocean. The Mariana Trench is the deepest part of the world's oceans, plunging down to about 36,000 feet. Located in the Pacific Ocean, it's one of the most extreme and inaccessible places on Earth. Due to the immense depth and pressure, reaching the trench is not something most people can do. Specialized submersible vehicles are required to explore this dark, mysterious abyss. These vehicles are built to withstand the crushing pressure of the trench, making the journey an extraordinary feat of technology and bravery. The trench is home to some of the most unique and undiscovered marine life on the planet. Scientists continue to explore its depths, revealing strange creatures and ecosystems unlike anything else on Earth. The Mariana Trench remains one of the most unexplored and enigmatic places in our world. Number 3. Antarctica. Antarctica is the coldest, driest, and windiest continent on Earth, making it an extreme and isolated place. Despite its harsh environment, the continent is a hub for scientific exploration and research. The landscape is dominated by vast ice sheets and glaciers with little to no human habitation. Antarctica is only accessible through specialized expeditions or research stations, and even then, only during certain seasons, typically the Antarctic summer, November to February. Travel to the continent requires careful planning and preparation, as the conditions can be extremely dangerous. One fascinating fact about Antarctica is that it holds about 60% of the world's fresh water, stored in its massive ice sheets. This makes the continent crucial for understanding global climate patterns and the future of Earth's water supply. Despite its isolation, Antarctica plays a critical role in the Earth's ecosystem. Number 1. The North Pole. The North Pole is one of the most inaccessible places on Earth, located in the middle of the Arctic Ocean. It's known for its harsh, freezing conditions and constantly shifting ice. Unlike the South Pole, which is land-based, the North Pole sits atop a vast, floating sheet of ice. Reaching the North Pole requires a challenging journey by icebreaker ship or through special expeditions. Even with modern technology, it's still a dangerous and costly venture. The ice in the region is always shifting, making navigation difficult. An interesting fact about the North Pole is that there is no actual land beneath it. It's simply a sea of ice that moves and changes with the seasons. Despite its isolation, the North Pole has been a significant area for scientific research, particularly in studying climate change and Arctic ecosystems. It remains one of the most mysterious and unexplored places on Earth. And that's a wrap. These remote and challenging locations may seem almost unreachable, but they're incredibly important to our planet's geography, ecosystems, and the way we understand the world around us. They spark human curiosity and remind us of the vastness of Earth's untouched beauty. So, if you could visit any of these isolated spots, which one would you choose? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible content about the world's hidden places. See you next time.